Good evening, my dear students. This is Dr. Kamal Hussain is giving the lecture on the chapter of merger and acquisition today. So I hope you are fine and doing well. Today's lecture focus on the merger and acquisition, commonly referred to as M&A. In modern corporate strategy, companies often expand not only by internal growth, but also by combining with or acquiring other companies. A merger happens when two companies combine together to form a single business organization. An acquisition happens when one company purchases another company and takes control of its business operation. Merger and acquisition is widely used by companies to do such activities, to expand the market share, to enter into the new markets, to gain advanced technology, to improve the efficiency of the organization, and strengthen competitive advantage. Many global companies such as Microsoft, Amazon, Google have grown significantly through merger and acquisition. Now, I am going to talk about the meaning of the merger. A merger is the combination of the two or more companies into a single entity. In a merger, both companies agree to join together. Assets and liabilities are combined. A new company may be formed or one company continues operating. Merger usually happens when companies believe that the working together will create the greater value and efficiency. Now, I am giving the example of merger. One famous example is the merger between Exxon and then Mobil, which created ExxonMobil. This merger created one of the largest energy companies in the world. Hello, my students. Now I am going to talk about the acquisition. An acquisition happens when one company purchases another company and gains control over its operation. The company that buys another is called the acquiring company, while the company being purchased is called the target company. Acquisition can be different types. For example, friendly acquisition, hostile acquisition, and then others. I will explain the friendly acquisition. What is the meaning of it? When both companies agreed to the deal. Hostile companies, when the acquiring company buys shares to gain control without approval from the target company's management. Example of hostile company. In 2016, Microsoft acquired LinkedIn for about $26 billion. This acquisition allowed Microsoft to integrate LinkedIn with its product like Microsoft Office and then Microsoft Dynamics. Hello, my dear students. I am going to talk about the different types of merger. There are several types of mergers based on the business relationships. Horizontal merger is one of them. A horizontal merger happens between companies operating in the same industry. What's the purpose of the horizontal merger? Reduce competition and then increase the market share. Now I am sharing with you the example of horizontal merger. The Walt Disney Company acquired 21st Century Fox in 2019. This helps Disney gain major franchises, and expand its streaming service Disney Plus. Hello, my friends or students. Now I am going to talk on vertical merger. This is another one of merger strategy. A vertical merger happens between the companies operating at different stages of the supply chain. For example, Amazon acquires Whole Foods market in 2017. What is the impact when he acquired the Whole Food market in 2017? Amazon entered the grocery business, combined online retail with the physical stores. Hello, my dear students. Now I am going to talk about the conglomerate merger. A conglomerate merger happens between the companies in completely different industries. What's the purpose of conglomerate merger? The purpose is to diversification of the business and then reduction of the risk of business operation. Now I am sharing with you the examples of conglomerate merger. Many large conglomerates such as Berkshire Hathaway own businesses across the different industries, including the insurance, energy, and then retail. Okay, now I am going to explain the reason for the merger and acquisition. Why the companies are choosing the way of merger and acquisition strategy. Companies pursue the merger and acquisition for several strategic reasons. For example, market expansion. Companies can enter new geographic markets quickly through the merger and acquisition. I am sharing with you the examples. Uber acquired the Careem in 2019 to expand in the Middle East region. Then another reason is access to technology. Companies acquire the startups to gain the advanced technology. For example, Google acquired YouTube in 2006. Today, YouTube is the largest video platform in the world. Another reasons for the merger and acquisition strategy is to gain the synergy. Synergy means the combined companies become more valuable together than separately doing or continuing their operation. I am giving the example of the synergy. Shared resources reduce cost and improve efficiency. Hello, my dear students. I am talking about the reason of the diversification, that is the impact of the merger and acquisition also. What is the meaning of the diversification? Companies reduce the risk by entering new industries. Examples of the diversification is Amazon expanding into the cloud computing through Amazon Web Services. Now I am going to explain about the advantage of merger and acquisition. What are the advantages? One by one I will explain to you. One of the advantages is economies of scale. Large companies can reduce the production cost through using the strategy of the economies of scale. Then stronger market power. Companies gain better competitive advantage through acquisition and merger. Faster growth. If company want to grow fast, then merger and acquisition is one of the best tool or strategy. Buying a company is faster than building a new one. Therefore, the company's top management will think to apply the merger and acquisition strategy. And then another advantage is innovation, access to new technology and skilled employees. So that innovation will be practiced to optimize their operational result. Now I am going to explain the challenges and risk of the merger and acquisition. Merger and acquisition has lots of benefits. Along with the benefits, it has different or several challenges and risk in the market. Now I am going to talk one by one what are the challenges and risk of applying the merger and acquisition strategy. Cultural differences. Different companies' cultures may clash between the companies when they form merger and acquisition. Integration problems. System and operations may be difficult to combine, and then high financial cost. Acquisition requires the large investment for the companies to come together. There are the problem of regulatory approval the company is facing at the time of merger and acquisition. Governments may block mergers to prevent the monopolies because there is a chance to do the monopoly practices when the company will form the merger and acquisition. Now I will conclude from the chapter of merger and acquisition. To conclude, merger and acquisition are powerful strategic tools used by the companies to grow, innovate, and compete globally. Successful merger and acquisition can expand markets, improve efficiency, provide the technological advantages, strengthen global competitiveness. However, companies must carefully plan integration and management to ensure the success of mergers and acquisition. Understanding the merger and acquisition help us to analyze how global cooperation evolve and shape the modern business world. Now, I will explain how the merger and acquisition will help to change the organization. As our course is organizational change and innovation management, so merger and acquisition has a initiative of changing the organization's scenario. Now I am going to talk how it will help to change the organization. Merger and acquisition strategies can transform and business organizations structure, capabilities, market power, and long-term strategy. When the companies merge or acquire others, they often experience major changes in size, culture, operation, technology, and then competitive positions. So I am giving you the example of how the merger and acquisition will change the organization. Expansion of market share and global presence. Merger and acquisition allows companies to enter new markets quickly and increase their customer base. For example, the Walt Disney Company acquires 21st Century Fox in 2019. How it has changed the organization, Disney gains new studios, TV networks, and then streaming contents. Strengthen its streaming platform, Disney Plus. Expanded global entertainment influence. What's the impact of the change? Increase the market share in film, TV, and streaming industries. Disney become one of the largest entertainment companies in the world. Another change, access to the new technology and innovation. Companies often acquire the innovation firm to gain the technology and expertise. For example, Facebook acquires Instagram in 2012. How it has changed the organization, integration of Instagram's mobile-first technology, new teams focusing on visual content and advertising. What's the impact of the change? Instagram became the major revenue generator, strengthened the Facebook's position in social media. Then another change through the merger and acquisition is called diversification of the products and services. Merger and acquisition enables companies to diversify into new products category. For example, Amazon acquires Whole Foods Market in 2017. Organizational changes, what has happened? Amazon entered the physical grocery retail sector, integration of online shopping with the offline stores. What is the impact of the change? Expansion from e-commerce into the grocery industry, development of omni-channel retail strategy. So another change of organization after doing the acquisition and merger is cost efficiency and operational synergy. One major goal of merger and acquisition is achieving synergy, where the combined company operates more efficiently. For example, Exxon merged with the Mobil to form ExxonMobil in 1999. How it has changed? Consolidation of the operations and resources, shared technology and infrastructure. What's the impact or result after doing it? Reduced the operational cost and created one of the world's largest energy companies. Then, another way to change of the organization through merger and acquisition is called organizational restructuring and then cultural change. After merger and acquisition, companies often undergo major restructuring, including the new leadership structure, department integration, and then cultural adjustment. For example, Microsoft acquired the LinkedIn in 2016. What the changes have happened in the organization? Integration of the LinkedIn data with Microsoft products. Collaboration between the LinkedIn and Microsoft Cloud services. What is the impact after that change? Strengthen the Microsoft presence in professional networking and then enterprise services. And then another change through the merger and acquisition, the company can get the benefit through the competitive advantage and then industry leadership. Merger and acquisition helps the companies eliminate competitors or strengthen their strategic position. For example, Google acquired the YouTube in 2006. What's the organizational change has happened? Expansion into the online video content and advertising. Integration with the Google's advertising system. What is the impact? YouTube become the world's largest video platform, increase the Google's digital advertising domains. And now I will sum up regarding the organizational change through using the merger and acquisition. Merger and acquisition strategy significantly changes the organization through the following scopes: expanding markets in global presence, providing access to the technology and innovation, diversifying products and services, improving the operational efficiency, restructuring the organizational system, strengthening the competitive advantage. The successful merger and acquisition can transform companies into the global industry leader. But it also requires the careful integration of culture, management, and then operation to achieve the long-term success. Thank you, my dear students. This is all about from the chapter of merger and acquisition. I have explained the different types of the merger. I have explained the definition of the merger and acquisition. I have explained the advantage and challenges of the merger and acquisition in today's competitive business world. And then finally, I have explained what are the changes has happened using the strategic tool of merger and acquisition. Thank you all, and thank you for your listening and patience. Assalamu alaikum.